Hi everyone and welcome back to Bonnie Astrology. Today we're discussing the full moon in Libra happening on the 5th or the 6th of April 2023 and what it means for your zodiac sign. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for regular updates, and if you want to book a reading with me or follow me on my socials, all the information is listed in the description. I might take a little bit of time to get back to you because I am running behind on emails at the moment, but I will be getting back to everyone this week. So this full moon in Libra is happening, as I said, on the 5th or the 6th of April 2023, depending on where you are in the world. This full moon is happening at 16 degrees of Libra. And it's some welcome balancing energy because Libra is the sign associated with balance. It's compromise, it's negotiation, it is finding a common ground between you and another. Whereas this Aries season, we've had the Sun, Jupiter, and Chiron all in the sign of Aries, which is associated with the self, our personal interests, our personal gains, our personal wants and needs. And with Jupiter and Chiron in the mix, our personal healing journeys. Now, this is important because we can make a lot of headway this month in terms of personal growth and spiritual expansion and healing as individuals. But this full moon brings up the feelings that we have surrounding relationships and our connections to others. So when we have a full moon in Libra, it typically puts relationships and partnerships into the spotlight. We're more conscious of what is going on with our relationship dynamics because the full moon usually makes the subconscious conscious. It is revealing. The full moon shows all. So this can highlight current relationship dynamics. Whether you're in a relationship or not, feelings are likely to come up surrounding partnerships, surrounding marriage, surrounding connections, surrounding even business partnerships, one-on-one interactions, your best friend, whatever this is. How you relate to another is going to be very important at this time to you. And you're looking at it through the lens of healing and growth. With the full moon being opposite Jupiter, which is the great benefic. Jupiter is expansive. It's where we learn. It's where we grow. It's where we develop. It's where we evolve through higher consciousness, higher awareness. And we are leading up to a Jupiter-Sun conjunction on the 11th, which is very expansive, very optimistic, and very open. Because Jupiter has been hanging out with Chiron, the wounded healer, and Jupiter is sort of like this big cosmic magnifying glass, it has been highlighting personal wounds, personal triggers. So that we can evolve, so that we can grow from them, have a higher perspective and a higher understanding. And this woman is saying, well, what is that higher understanding and perspective in context of relationships? So I won't lie to you. This full moon could be kind of triggering when it comes to topics of relationships, committing to somebody, your current relationship dynamics, whether you have a partner or not, your past experiences, your past relationship issues, or present relationship issues. If you consider the new moon back in September 2022, there might be something that began around then that is reaching some sort of peak or some sort of culmination around this full moon. Was there something beginning around then? Especially if it was surrounding a wound or surrounding healing. So with this full moon, you can bet that you're looking at your current relationship or your past relationships through the lens of, what am I learning from this? Am I growing with this relationship? Have I grown from this relationship? Have I grown out of this relationship? Am I healing with this person? Are we healing as a pair? Is there something we need to work on? Or is there something from the past that I'm starting to realize is what I need to heal from to have connections to others that are healthy, that are fulfilling? So this woman is highlighting our relationship needs and also what it takes to maintain them. How we work with them, how we compromise, how we negotiate, how we balance. Versus the energy of Aries, which is very independent and I want this and I want that. And it's very assertive. So this full moon is bringing an opportunity to balance our personal needs with the needs of another or what we need from relationships in the future. There might be a lot of relationship epiphanies. Now, the ruler of this full moon is Venus, still in Taurus, and it's going to be sextiling Neptune, which is a lovely dreamy energy. So there can be forgiveness with Neptune. There can be further healing through spiritual understanding, through empathy, through compassion to somebody else. And there can also be a degree of fantasy going on around this full moon where, in terms of relationships, for some, this might be that healing is leading to this feeling of, if you work through something as a pair, this sense of, oh, I found my person, I found the one, that kind of thing. Because Neptune can feel really very dreamy when it's aspecting to Venus. It's all about looking for a soulmate. And for some people, that might be the realization that's not who they're with, or that's not who they've been dating. And for others, it might be that they're feeling that they're really leaning into growth and development within a relationship, or working through something that maybe has been troubling in a relationship. So I am going to pull a tarot card for this full moon in Libra. The April reading that we did, the collective one, the card that came out for the month of April was the Lovers, and I really attributed it to this full moon being in Libra, bringing partnerships and relationships more into focus. So let's see what comes up for this full moon in Libra in this tarot reading and see what we get for the full moon in Libra 2023, 5th or 6th of April, full moon in Libra 2023. King of Pentacles. Ooh. So in this particular card, there's a wolf, and I feel like the wolf symbolizes loyalty. It symbolizes pack mentality. I feel with the King of Pentacles, it's kind of traditional as well. So I feel like for this being a full moon in Libra, you know, the full moon is in a sign ruled by Venus, and Venus is in Taurus. Taurus would be King of Pentacles energy. I feel the full moon is asking us to get in touch with our values in relationships, what matters to us, and what we think is most important in the relationship dynamics, and how that is balancing with another person. And if you're single, what you want from a relationship in the future. Because Venus in Taurus needs stability in relationships, needs an element of practicality, needs to feel taken care of, needs to feel secure. And I feel like this full moon being ruled by Venus in Taurus is saying that values in relationship matter, because it's about where you're going. It doesn't matter how different you are as a pair in terms of, you know, how you look, where you come from. It's to an extent where you're going based on the values that you have. So this full moon seems to be bringing that into the focus with the King of Pentacles. And the Four of Wands. It's very traditional. A lot of people could be deciding, Four of Wands is a marriage card. A lot of people could be deciding they want to get married around this time. They want to take the relationship to the next level. There could be a focus on tradition. There could be a focus on making things official, making things solid, building on something, building solid relationships for the future. Absolutely. 10 of Pentacles. This is very family oriented. Mars is, of course, in Cancer. So this Aries season with Mars being in Cancer, there's a big focus on family. So maybe some of this relationship healing going on is to do with family, to do with home, to do with the people that you share your blood with, you share your home with, you share your life with. It's big emphasis on home, family, connecting with others, tradition, values, that kind of thing. That's quite a beautiful hand. So that is what I have for the full moon in Libra. Gonna get into the individual zodiac signs. As I always say, what's your rising sign? You can do what you like. You can do what you like. You can spy on somebody. You can do whatever tickles your fancy. But if you're looking for accurate astrological predictions, I do suggest rising sign first. Do check out your sun and your moon, because I will be doing cards for each sign. So I hope you have a beautiful full moon, and I'll talk to you soon. Hi Aries, sun, moon, rising. Aries, this full moon is happening in your sector of relationships and partnerships. So you can bet that a relationship is in the spotlight for you at this time. Perhaps you're going official with someone. Perhaps you're making your relationship into something more solid. You're taking the next step. You're taking the next chapter in a relationship. Or you're leaving a relationship behind, could also be the case with this full moon. If it is no longer serving you on a spiritual level, if you no longer feel you're growing with the relationship, or you're finding it's more of a wound mate than a soul mate. Now, this full moon does offer an opportunity to work through any wounding you have surrounding either yourself or your relationships. But the wounds that you have in regards to yourself and how they play out in your relationships, your personal insecurities, the things that you need to heal and work with, and how that is affecting your current relationships or your relationship prospects. So this full moon for you, Aries, is all about exploring how you're doing with your relationships, how your relationships are going. If as I say, you're growing from them, you're evolving with them. But this could certainly be a time of great importance for you when it comes to an existing relationship, a potential relationship, or your future relationships, Aries, I will say. Let's get you a tarot card. The full moon is also ruled by Venus, and Venus is in your second house. So for a lot of you, you might find that you're focusing a little bit as well on your finances at this time. There could be something coming up surrounding money with a relationship. There could be something coming up surrounding joint values and principles within a relationship. There's also a focus on friendship here, Aries, with the Three of Cups. Perhaps you're getting together with friends. Perhaps you are connecting with people you haven't seen in a while. Perhaps you are evaluating your friendships from a relationship perspective. Maybe this is a friends to lovers kind of thing, or perhaps you are realizing that if you're single, you want to connect with people, you want to reconnect with people, or you're seeing, you know, there could be something coming up with a best friend, especially if it's a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Water signs could be particularly important for you at this time, Aries, and you're very focused on your connection to others. But that is what I have for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hi Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. So Taurus, this full moon is happening in your 6th house of wellness. So how are you feeling around the time of this full moon? Are you feeling well? Are you feeling a little bit off? What is it that is out of balance when it comes to your wellness routine, the way that you eat, the way that you exercise, the way you move your body, your habits? How is that all serving you at this time? And perhaps you're finding that the connection between your physical health and your mental health is particularly important. With so much happening in your 12th house, you're doing a lot of intensive healing at this time, Taurus, especially Taurus rising. You're working through some stuff, you're working through some triggers, you're working through some past issues. And with this full moon being in your 6th house, you may be finding that perhaps yoga, or running, or eating a certain diet, some of it is helping you combat perhaps anxiety. This could be something as simple as giving up coffee and realizing it really helps with anxiety. I know that sounds kind of basic, and I know that that sounds kind of can be a little bit patronizing at times, but this is, you know, your personal relationship with these topics. It doesn't have to be those examples, but you're figuring out what will make you feel well, and perhaps letting go of something that is contributing to your sense of dis-ease in your body or even your mental health. You're very focused at the moment on growing, on healing from something, and also seeing the higher perspective from, you know, past wounds, past traumas, baggage, and you're doing a really good job. And this full moon is saying you're doing a really good job because the 6th house is associated with work as well. So maybe for some of you this is playing out as in your actual job, your day job. Perhaps it's playing out as a promotion for what you've been doing behind the scenes, the hard stuff you've been doing behind the scenes. Or maybe you're realizing you're going to let go of a job because it's terrible for your mental health and you want to try something new. Don't forget the ruler of this full moon is in your sign where Venus loves to be. So you can bet that whatever's happening with you at this time, whatever you're doing, however you're approaching this particular full moon, you're doing it in style. And I feel like a lot of people are really supporting you with the sextile between Venus in your 1st house and Neptune. I feel like a lot of people are really impressed with you. You've friends to reach out to, you've friends to show compassion, to show you compassion, perhaps on the internet with the 11th house, perhaps in your charitable endeavors, connecting with people who are very like-minded and have similar causes, Taurus. 6 of Wands, you've got some success coming to you. I love this, whether that is internally, behind the scenes, you're really proud of yourself and the work you're doing, Taurus, or maybe you're just realizing, hey, do you know what, this full moon is intense, but I'm headed towards my season. Gonna be seen, gonna be in the spotlight, gonna enjoy my success. But I feel like this is also your spirit guides, the universe, whomever, saying well done to you, Taurus. You're doing a great job and you deserve to be recognized for it. That is what I have for you, Taurus, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Gemini, this full moon is happening in your 5th house of playfulness, romance, joy, creativity, pleasure, hobbies, gambling. And it is going to be opposite the stellium with the Sun, Jupiter, and Chiron all in your 11th house. So Gemini, there could be some healing that's going on surrounding wounds that you have in regards to maybe your future. So if you have some fears surrounding the future, if you have some fears surrounding your goals, your wishes, the things that you aspire to do, this full moon could be illuminating them in the context of your heart space. So you could actually be feeling some stuff. And again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing you with anything, but you could be feeling some actual energy in your heart space, whether that's that your heart feels kind of heavy or your heart feels kind of fluttery. Or you can feel the emotions in your chest with this full moon, because full moons are emotional time, and in the 5th house sometimes this can be an overwhelming amount of emotion in the heart space in particular. So You might be feeling very emotional surrounding your friendships as well, or your social groups. There could be some wounding going on there where you're realizing that perhaps you're feeling you've outgrown certain friendships, perhaps they're no longer conducive to your growth, your well-being, your spiritual advancement in the next chapter, Gemini, especially if they don't support what makes you happy. Because this full moon is saying to you, what makes you happy? What is making you happy at the moment, or what would make you happy in the future? Because full moons in the 5th house can also bring about quite a lot of exploration on what it is that what will make you happy in the future. Opposite Jupiter, Jupiter loves to explore, Jupiter loves to advance. So in your sector of the future, what would make you happy? What wishes coming true would make you happy, Gemini? This can also be a time where romantic feelings come to a head. This can be a time where there is a new crush, or there is falling in love, or there is a lot of romance in your current relationship. And this might be something that perhaps you're experiencing, maybe your friends don't understand or your peers don't understand. Or this might be that you're realizing a current relationship, a current romantic suitor isn't someone that shares your vision for the future. And that could be something you decide to let go, because the full moon itself is ruled by Venus. Venus is in your 12th house. There could be some stuff comes up that makes you realize, this isn't going to go much further than just dating or a fling or whatever it is. There can also be stuff comes up surrounding your children at this time, or important children in your life, because it's in the 5th house. They could be having trouble with friends, or they could be having trouble figuring out what they want to do with the rest of their life. And you can kindly remind them that that doesn't ever go away. It carries into adulthood. But let's have a little look and see what we've got going on for you, Gemini. 9 of Wands. You're nearly finished something. You're nearly at the end of something. This full moon is going to be particularly important for you, Gemini, because it is saying with the full moon here, just keep going. You're nearly at the finish line for something. You've nearly accomplished something. It wants you, whatever's going on in your life, to keep going, because you're so close to whatever it is. You're so close to the finish line. You're so close to the celebration. With the 4 of Cups that was underneath that, I just had to check. It might be that you are rejecting yourself before you get there. It could be your mind getting in the way, with Venus being in the 12th house. Your fears and your phobias getting in the way of seeing your worth and your potential. So just watch out for that. You are close to finishing something. But that is what I have for you, Gemini, and I will talk to you soon. Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. Cancer, this full moon is happening in your 4th house of home and family matters. So with this full moon being in your 4th house, your family is in the spotlight here. There's stuff coming up, the subconscious feelings you have surrounding your family, surrounding your living situation, your home environment may come to the surface. They may become conscious. There could be key events happening in your life with your home and your family. And this might be in the context of your career, because we do have this all happening opposite the placements in your 10th house. Jupiter's there, Chiron's there. So there could be some wounding that you have surrounding the way you're perceived, your public image. There could be some wounding surrounding fame. There could be some wounding surrounding your career that you're working through. Perhaps it is imposter syndrome. Perhaps you're working through feeling like you don't belong in your current status or your current job, because maybe you don't feel like you're good enough, or maybe you feel like you're not being perceived. There could have been some issues coming up with a boss, and these are wounds that you're working through and growing from, and this could be causing some tension at home, or it could be taking your attention too much away from your home, and now you're trying to balance and put it back on your home and family. This can also be a time that, due to changes in the workplace, you are moving or you're relocating. There could be something comes up with your home situation, maybe your living situation, or a property, Cancer, at this time. And with the ruler of this full moon, Venus, being in Taurus, which is your 11th house of wishes and aspirations, maybe for you, you're finding that you're having some friends over to your house. You're having a house party with some acquaintances, with some people that you really like to socialize with. It could be visiting you from far away, or they could be friends from university or college or something like that. But I do feel for you, Cancer, that your home is where the heart is at this time. It's where your focus is. It's where your attention is. And you're balancing it out from a very active career, or, goals, or your public image, that life that is kind of dominating in Aries season, that is going to be experiencing a lot of changes this year and a lot of activity. 10 of Wands. You guys might need a break. You might actually be feeling very overburdened with work. You might have a lot on your plate. You might need a couple of days to just rest at home, to just sleep in, to just unwind, to just take a moment, take a breather, take a beat. Cancer. Make sure that you're taking time for yourself if you feel absolutely exhausted and overwhelmed. But that's what I have for you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Hi Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to your forecast for the full moon in Libra. So Leo, this is happening in your 3rd house. And this is bringing to your attention matters of communication. So the way that you communicate, the way you articulate yourself, if there's something you want to say, if there's a message that you want to put out there, perhaps you're sharing something that you've written, perhaps you're sharing something that is on your mind, perhaps you're vocalizing something that has been of interest to you, Leo, especially if it's surrounding career, because the full moon is ruled by Venus and Venus is in your 10th house of career. And your goals. So perhaps the work that you're doing, there's something you want to say, there's something you want to ask, there's something you want to discuss. There could be an important meeting going on around this time when it comes to your work life, Leo. But with this full moon being in the 3rd house, you could also be attending or taking a short course. There's a lot going on for you surrounding travel and surrounding exploring and your relationship to faith. With the Jupiter Chrion Sun conjunction opposite this full moon, and this conjunction happening in your 9th house, you're addressing any wounds that you have either through traveling, through people in foreign locations, through higher study, through higher awareness. There's a lot of your spirit, your soul is really being drawn to explore, potentially relocate, potentially try a new land, perhaps connect with people who are from different backgrounds, different cultures, people who are very different to you. And this might be feeding your knowledge, and it might be helping you balance out some stuff that you want to say or you want to address with others, something that you want to communicate, Leo. So this full moon could actually have you traveling somewhere or visiting somewhere, or someone visiting you or something like that happening around the time of this full moon. And it could be, as I say, with the ruler being in the 10th house, it could be on a work capacity, Leo. Let's see what we have for you. The 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so when it comes to your money, I feel like maybe you're reining in your spending a little bit. You're maybe more focused on what you can learn rather than what you can buy. This might also be a time with the 8 of Wands underneath. Yeah, you're wanting to communicate something you've maybe held back for quite a while. You're wanting to get something off your chest. You're wanting to speak about something, and it's going to be very healing for you, or a trip itself might be very healing for you and might help you open up and discover what it is that you want going forward, Leo. So pay attention to anywhere you're traveling at this time and how that is actually playing into your communication. Maybe there's something you want to say from the comfort of another country. Maybe there's something you want to say to someone who is from a very different place, or you have an important discussion when it comes to study, when it comes to a teacher, when it comes to a lecturer or something like that, maybe a mentor. But that is what I have for you, Leo, and I'll talk to you soon. Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to the full moon in Libra. So Virgo, this is all about the money for you. This full moon is putting your finances into the spotlight. How much you're making, how much you want to make, what you're spending your money on. All of these topics are very illuminated for you at this time, and finances are going to be your key focus at this particular moment. Now what's interesting is that the full moon is ruled by Venus, and Venus is very happily in Taurus. And it's sextiling Neptune in your 7th house. You could be, especially with Jupiter in the 8th house, you could be getting some sort of financial increase when it comes to your relationship to others, maybe your spouse, maybe your partner. There could be something coming up very financially linked to someone in your life. This can also be that your financial situation is increasing due to a tax rebate, due to the money of others or inheritance or something like that. But at the very least, Virgo, you could actually be getting a really nice gift around this time from somebody. It could be a very thoughtful gift. It could be something you really like, something you really enjoy. And it could be coming from somebody who... The gift could be travel. The gift could be a holiday. It could be a grant. Some of you could be getting financial backing for university or a student loan or something like that. There could be themes coming up surrounding student loans, student debt, all that sort of stuff. But it looks, Virgo, like your money is in the spotlight at this time. You could be coming into some money. You could also be becoming very clear on your values going forward and how that's working with people you're linked to financially. So perhaps the change in your financial life is affecting someone very close to you. And it might also be that you're realizing that certain wounds and fears that you have are stopping you from making the money you deserve or asking for the pay rise you deserve. Maybe you're realizing that fears are keeping you in the same job and you could actually be making more money somewhere else with the qualifications that you have, and you might connect to somebody who's saying, hey, I'm working here, and they might say, I'm actually on this amount of money and we have the same education and the same background, and you could be making more, and you're like, right, you know what, I'm going to look into that. But finances are the name of the game, and worth is the name of the game at this time. Virgo. Ooh, Eight of Swords. I feel like you're feeling a bit trapped by something. I feel like you're not seeing the potential, especially with the Knight of Pentacles underneath. You're maybe not seeing your potential to make more money. You maybe have some insecurities or fears surrounding money at this time, and these are being highlighted. But with the ruler Venus being in Taurus, this is a time to start taking action towards what you want. Try to take some positive changes when it comes to your finances, Virgo. That's what I have for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to the full moon in your sign. So Libra, you are the star of the show this full moon. You're in the spotlight. So Libra, what would you like with this full moon? What is it that you want, particularly in terms of your relationships? So we have Jupiter and Chiron and the Sun in your 7th house of partnerships. You could be finding that you are exploring some wounds that you have surrounding either a current relationship, past relationships, or what you want from relationships in the future. With so much Aries energy putting focus on your relationships, you're being called to enter or address relationships with a higher perspective, with knowledge, with awareness, and realize where you have maybe outgrown dating a particular type of person. Maybe you've outgrown a current relationship. Maybe you have really done some digging, some reflecting, and you're starting to see that maybe there was something you could change to have better relationships. But you are really addressing relationships in the context of yourself, what it is that you want, what it is that you need, and the healing you've been doing with a relationship or with a partner. Now, the ruler of this full moon is your ruler Venus, which is in Taurus, your 8th house of fears. So I feel you might be addressing some fears, some past issues that are potentially disrupting your relationships, or the relationships that you want. But it certainly feels like you're considering around this full moon, what are your needs, what are your wants, what would make you happy, what would you like in the context of partnerships, Libra. The South Node will be going into your sign this summer. We do have the eclipse series in your sign and Aries kickstarting this month, so relationships are going to be a big focus for you. If you're single, good luck getting out of this year without a partner. Just good luck. Keep trying. But it feels as though relationships are a huge theme for you this year. Whether you're married, whether you're single, they're a huge theme for you. And maybe for some of you around this time, you're realizing that you deserve better and you're going to leave an existing relationship, or maybe you're realizing you've done some work and you're thinking, do you know what, I can work this out with so-and-so, or, you know, I really think so-and-so seems like a good fit for me, good, healthy choice, gonna go in that direction. If you're looking for love, you're more likely to seek someone who's very knowledgeable, someone who's very wise, and maybe someone who's a bit of a healer in some capacity, Libra. So let's have a little look for you and see what comes up for you. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. An earth sign could be playing an important role in your life this full moon. A Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or someone who is self-employed, owns their own business, has their own passions, knows their worth, knows their value. 6 of Wands underneath. There could also be career success coming to you, or you could be seeking a partner who's very successful in their field. The Empress, that is Taurus and Libra energy. Venus in Taurus seems to be favoring you, Libra. Perhaps you are going to be facing some fears, and maybe also your finances are growing as a result of the work you've been doing and knowing your worth and knowing your value. So that's what I have for you, Libra, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to the full moon in Libra. So Scorpio, this is happening in your behind the scenes sector, your hidden sector, the sector associated with your mental health, well-being, and also letting go. So the ruler of this full moon being Venus, which is your 7th house ruler in your 7th house, you could very well be letting go of a relationship at this time, or you could be letting go of a relationship pattern, a relationship dynamic that has been playing out, that has been plaguing you for some time. Now, you could just equally be letting go of a particular fear, or there could be something coming up, a secret that you did not know. That could be surrounding a partner, or it could be surrounding, you know, anybody in your life. There could be a secret being revealed to you at this time, but it's likely going to come from either a relationship, like a business partner, a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a best friend. There could be something comes up that you did not see coming. There could be something that they're sharing with you. It doesn't have to be bad, but it could be hidden. It could be something that they've been keeping secret for a little while, Scorpio, or it could be something you've been keeping secret for a while and you want to share. But from a mental health perspective, this full moon is a great time to check in with yourself. You know, how are you doing in terms of your well-being? Are you meditating? Are you reflecting? Are you journaling? There could be some fears, some phobias come up with the full moon in the 12th house. It's very emotional and your dreams will be wacky, no doubt. They could be very odd. You could be dreaming of past traumas as well. With the opposition to Chiron, you could be very triggered. People at the gym could trigger you. People that you work with could trigger you. So just bear that in mind. But with Jupiter there, you're going to learn from whatever this is. You could really expand your mindset. You could learn something you didn't know that really helps you going forward. You know, knowledge is power, knowledge is key. So there could be stuff going on at work that just maybe triggers something in your mind that is, you know, it could be people at work behaving in a certain way that, for example, they could say something that makes you burst. Someone at work could say something that makes you burst into tears, and you know it's not that. You know it's something else, and you have to do a little bit of digging to see what it actually is. It's that kind of energy. There might be somebody at your work that plays the, you know, the role of the antagonist, but you know it's actually linked to something else going on internally. So watch for it being a bit triggering at this time, Scorpio. You might find yourself a little bit more emotional than usual or something like that. High Priestess, wow, that is such 12th house energy. Trust your intuition at this time. You're going to be having interesting dreams, synchronicities, signs, huge time for spiritual development, huge time for spiritual wisdom, leaning into meditation, leaning into visualization, and really trusting your intuition on what is going on around you, Scorpio. But that is what I have for you, and I will talk to you soon. Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to the full moon in Libra. This is in your 11th house, Sagittarius. So your friendships, your social connections, your relationships online, your aspirations, your dreams, your social causes, all in the spotlight at this time. There could be something significant coming up with a friend, an acquaintance, or someone that you share a vision for the future. You share a similar vision for the future. So this is a great time to connect with friends. You have so much happening in your Aries house, which is the 5th house. So that can be surrounding children, it can be surrounding pregnancies, it can be surrounding love, it can be surrounding romance, playfulness, joy. And this is playing out in the context of balancing that with your friendships. So maybe you are, you know, for example, if you're pregnant, this could be a baby shower. If you are spending all your time with a new relationship, this could be a time where you're like, do you know what, I need to spend some time with my friends. You could be finding that you're really doing some healing when it comes to what makes you happy, when it comes to what gives you joy. And this could have you connecting with friends that really do make you happy, and perhaps even letting go of some friends that aren't making you happy, that aren't supporting you, that you don't feel that connection with, you don't feel joy, you feel like the energy goes down. The full moon is ruled by Venus, and Venus is in Taurus, which for you is your 6th house of work and wellness. So for a lot of you, I feel like if you're doing something with friends, it might be in a work capacity, work night out, work drinks or something like that, or it could be that you're making friends at the gym. You could be making friends who want to work out together. You could be seeing friends to work on something like a project or something like that. You could be making work-related friendships, or even letting go of a particular team. Maybe you are going on maternity leave with the 5th house activity, or maybe you are taking a trip and you're having like an extended voyage and you're taking a leaving do. Whatever this is, Sagittarius is putting social activities into the spotlight for you. But just remember that if you're at a party, parties might trigger you, children might trigger you, but these are all things you can grow from because Jupiter and Chiron are there, and Jupiter is your ruler. And having your ruler in the 5th house is pretty fun, I have to say. So let's have a little look at what we have for you, Sagittarius. I saw that, but it's gone back in. Woo. It's too many. We'll get you one in the end, don't worry. Sagittarius. 10 of Wands. This is a time to drop the baggage. Yeah, this is a time to drop the baggage. This is a time to have a little bit of fun, let loose. Yes, 3 of Cups. Some of you are letting go of weighty friendships, friendships that give you nothing but drama, nothing but struggle. And others of you are actually making friends who share goals with you, have the same work ethic as you. And I do feel like there could be a work-related event or change going on for you when it comes to your networking and social events and the people that you surround yourself with, Sagittarius. That's what I have for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. So Capricorn, this is happening in your professional sector, meaning that your career is in the spotlight for you at this time, and you may very well be in the spotlight too. Your public reputation is highlighted at this point, so you might be getting a lot more attention professionally or on the world stage, depending on what it is that you do for a living, Capricorn, but you're very visible at this time. So if you want to change jobs, if you want to put your CV out there, you want to be seen on a social media platform or something like that, now is the time because you have exposure. Now, this could be in correlation to the work that you're doing personally, because we have Jupiter and Chiron in your 4th house with the sun there as well. There could be some tricky stuff going on with family that you're healing from. You could be working through ancestral karma, you could be healing family dynamics, you could be healing from family dynamics, you could be examining something when it comes to your living situation that maybe isn't working out for you so well with Chiron there, because this is just showing where your triggers are. So there could be something triggering happening at home or with family, but with Jupiter there, you're expanding from it, you're learning from it, you're gaining wisdom, clarity, knowledge, and you're growing from it. And perhaps then this is spurring you to do something publicly. This is perhaps putting yourself out there or deciding that you're going to go down a new career path, even if your family don't understand it, or it might bring some changes when it comes to your family or your living situation, Capricorn. Now, the ruler of this full moon, Venus, is in Taurus, which is very romantic for you. There could be a lot of options in love. There could be romance in your life. There could be playfulness, joy, pleasure. You could be trying a new hobby. You could be trying something fun, trying something a little bit different. Now, I will say with the full moon being a time of completion, this could also be that you want to walk away from someone that you've been dating, or that it's not really working out, or it's not got relationship potential or something like that. But it could also be that you're just finding yourself enjoying love and romance and play at this time, particularly as we have Mars going through your 7th house at this particular time, putting a bit of energy and passion into your relationships. The Tower. Okay. Something might not be built to last in your life, Capricorn. Just remember, pride comes before a fall. With so much happening in the 4th house, it's very important that you're building from solid foundations. So with Chiron and Jupiter there, working on seeing the higher perspective when it comes to the past, working through issues with home, with family matters, and really gaining wisdom. It's not, excusing anything. I don't know the situation individually. I just read the astrology. But it could be that you are realizing that there's some work to do in terms of your foundations so that you can build a better future for yourself, because the Tower always says check the foundations. With the 9 of Cups underneath and the 8 of Cups underneath that, you may be walking away from something you thought you wanted at this time, or you may be deciding that perhaps whatever is crumbling or whatever is falling apart is actually resulting in something better with the 9 of Cups. Like a wish might come from some sort of destruction, Capricorn. Something maybe wasn't built to last, but then something else is manifesting in, the universe makes space. So that could be something that's happening for you around this time, but just make sure your foundations are solid. That's what I have for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to the full moon in Libra for your sign. So Aquarius, this full moon is happening in your 9th house. You could be traveling around this time. You could be taking a trip. You could be taking a voyage. You could be going somewhere new, going somewhere unexplored, or just, it doesn't have to be somewhere entirely new, but you seem to be taking a trip or exploring new territory at this time, or maybe doing something a little out of your comfort zone with this full moon happening in your 9th house. Aquarius. So with so much happening in your 3rd house, there could be some triggering news comes up at this time, or just a conversation maybe triggers you, but it's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for development. You might have some news that comes up that you weren't expecting, or maybe news that is a little bit painful, or just it triggers a pain body, and you have to figure out why that is, and you see the higher perspective at the end of it, Aquarius, but just be mindful that perhaps there could be some wounds get unearthed due to conversation, due to messages, maybe to social media. It's a great time to journal and write through anything, and also keep conversations open. There might be something important needs to be discussed, and you might actually be taking a trip to have that discussion, Aquarius. I don't know, but it seems as though You're wanting to see the higher perspective on something that has been triggering to you. And it could be to do with a sibling, it could be to do with a neighbor, it could be to do with a friend, or even something you read online. But it just feels as though you're working through something that maybe just pinches you a little bit. And with the ninth house, it's all about seeing the wisdom, the higher message, the higher meaning, as woo-woo as that can sound sometimes, is part of our development. With the ruler of the full moon, Venus, being in Taurus, which is your home and family sector, this could be a conversation with a family member. It could be surrounding a property. It could be surrounding a parent with that fourth house, or it could be something to do with the past. It could be to do with areas of family, home, the past, your emotional security, your boundaries, what makes you feel secure, Aquarius. Let's see what we have for you. 10 of Wands has been coming up for a lot of people with this particular reading, you know. It's about baggage, checking your baggage, addressing what's been heavy to carry. 8 of Cups. Yeah, it's about letting go of the baggage, what you need to let go of, what you need to walk away from. And maybe it's a responsibility. Maybe this is a good time to take a trip from work, to get away from the home, to get away from your responsibilities. Yeah, 4 of Cups. It's a good time to get away from your responsibilities if you can, even if it's just for a night, even if it's just for a day. The 8 of Cups is about going exploring for something, going exploring and getting away from an energy where you maybe feel a bit stuck or rejected or discouraged. I feel like exploring would be very good for you at this time, Aquarius, and something that could be very healing. But that's what I have for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to the full moon in Libra for you. So Pisces, this is happening in your 8th house. I feel like for a lot of you, your finances are definitely in the spotlight. So with this full moon being opposite Jupiter in your 2nd house, and we're heading up to an eclipse, your financial situation is changing. This could be a time when you're coming into some money from somebody else. It could be a tax rebate, it could be an inheritance, it could be partner's money, a spouse's money. And there could be some money coming up around this time coming in for you. You could be getting more money out of a source that isn't, you know, what you're earning on a day-to-day basis, even though you yourself are working through some financial wounds. You could be working through some value wounds. You could be healing your self-worth, healing your personal value, healing your relationship with money. You know, how you spend your money is a good, it's a good indicator of how you care for yourself. You know, are you saving for future you, or are you spending all your money to try and make yourself into someone you're not so that you can be accepted? Your relationship with money is in the spotlight. You're healing through that. But this 8th house full moon could be bringing in money from another source. This could also be highlighting issues surrounding intimacy and intimate connections. So perhaps in your intimate life, you are working through some wounds there as well. And perhaps you're addressing maybe some fears of intimacy, maybe some fears of connection. And you're realizing you have those fears based on the work that you've been doing with yourself, with your values, with your personal wants and needs. The ruler of this full moon is Venus. It's in Taurus in your 3rd house. There could be an important conversation comes up surrounding this at this time. With the 8th house, there could be a conversation that surprises you. There could be an intimate conversation. There could be an intimate discussion about feelings with someone else. It's quite raw with the 8th house. It could be something that is quite intense as far as discussions go. Or it could be that you get a text, you get an email, you get a letter surrounding maybe you get something in the post that is to do with your finances, or maybe money that you're owed, maybe money coming in from the government. Or this might also be a reminder if you've not paid your taxes or something like that. But there seems to be correspondence, information, news coming in surrounding finances, Pisces. 3 of Wands. A lot of you guys are looking to the future. A lot of you are looking to new horizons. You're wanting to try something different. You're wanting to explore somewhere. That's interesting. 3 of Wands in the world. I feel like a lot of you could be perhaps spending the money that you come into on something you really want to do, something on your bucket list. Some of you could actually be deciding you're going to go for something that you've always dreamed of doing. I know what this is for me. Since I was a teenager, have always been a huge fan of the Goo Goo Dolls, and they're finally touring the UK and Ireland, and I decided to get a ticket, and I decided to get the VIP meet and greet experience, because when am I going to get this experience again? When am I going to get this chance again? So perhaps for you, Pisces, this is something similar, deciding you're going to go after something you really want. Some of you could actually be going to a beach and taking a surfing holiday. And also with Venus in the 3rd house, 6 of Cups, you might receive a message from someone you've not spoken to in a while. Could be an old friend, could be an old lover, could be a family member, whatever it is. You might receive a message from someone you've not spoken to in a while that wants to share something with you. But that is what I have for you, Pisces. I hope you have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.